Ayy. Chill. It's Tiggy. Turn it. Yeah. I told y'all I was coming. Thought I played, huh? Hey, I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good. I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good. I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good. I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood. Now have you ever had a dream? You make it out the hood. Ayy. Chill. It's Tiggy. Turn it. Yeah. I told y'all I was coming. Thought I played, huh? Hey, I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope I'm living good. I said one day I be on, one day I be good. One day make it out the hood and hope.
All right.
Hello, hi. Welcome to the Homeless Diaries, and I have Boris. How do you pronounce your last name one more time?
Quinones.
Quinones, yes. So I have the lovely Boris Quinones here on the show. So we're actually talking about how to grow your business during this pandemic. As you guys know, this is a hard, difficult time to grow your business. And in order to us to be motivated, we need to share tips and knowledge so that way we can be able to grow together in the community. So hi Boris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing real well. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tell me about yourself. I see that you're outside, enjoying the lovely weather. Where you at?
I am in San Francisco. There is this park. It's called Los Niños Park.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And I noticed that, it's sunny outside. Is there a lot of people outside?
It's really packed. I am right in front of a skating, like a skateboard park. And there is a lot of kids. You want to see them?
Yeah.
Can you take a look?
Oh, okay.
So I'm like right in front. There's a lot of people on that side of the park, but I came over this way to have a little more quiet for you, so that we can have
Yes,
this.
so wonderful. So we're going to get down in deep nitty gritty about you and just talk about this pandemic and just let everyone know about how to grow during this time. Okay. So right now, you notice that you're in San Francisco, correct?
I am in San Francisco and live in San Francisco. This small business that we started is based in San Francisco, registered in San Francisco, and it's got the federal ID number based in San Francisco.
So how old are you? Are you a native in San Francisco? And what's going on? What's your challenges?
I am 61 years old, and I came to this country when I was a teenager. I came off a war that it broke out in El Salvador. People were dying just like right now in the pandemic, but over there was a lot of killing. So I had to leave the country in the late 70s, and that's when I arrived here. Um, I've been in this country since then, and it was like the most amazing thing that happens to me. I have done from washing dishes to cleaning cars and doing all the basic stuff. But then I also went to college. I put myself to college because I believe in education. I believe in learning. And I realized that in this country, people care. Something that in most countries you don't find. People really care about others. There is true that there's a lot of people that don't, but there is a lot of people in this country that really care about other people. And I was very blessed to find a lot of these people in my life that has helped me to get to this point, in which point I have learned to believe that every opportunity like the one you're giving me right now is an opportunity to make it to another place.
Wonderful. So how has this pandemic, affected you? You've been here for so long, and how have you,
Right.
first before it affected you, what were you doing before the pandemic?
Now check this out. I was working for almost 10 years for a company that is called Compass. This company is like an executive banquet food company for companies like Yahoo, Google, Square, um, Airbnb. The account that I was in Airbnb, and I was laid off. I was laid off and I was left without anything. And then I didn't have anything to eat. I didn't have no money for rent. I thought about I get sick. So my best friend and I, we decided, why don't we put a small painting service and survive and reach out to people, because like I told you before, I believe in people. I believe that people like to help others. And you get stronger as you tell others, look, I need something. People, you'll be amazed how people respond when you drop your guard and you become vulnerable and you tell people, I have nothing. Would you help me to get to the next point? You'll find so many people that will reach out to you and will help you. And this is how we're making it right now.
So, um, how has the pandemic affected your business? What were you doing exactly? Like, I know you were with Airbnb, and how did you become self-sufficient and living in San Francisco? Everyone wants to know that.
Yeah, I was nothing really special in Airbnb. I was just a food service technician, or what they call it over there, a food coordinator. I was kind of like a catering to people over there when they come in large groups to eat. And then but I had experience doing a little painting with my brother, which is my best friend. And so together we decided to do this. And we realized that in times of struggles, in times when you feel a real push, there's just two ways to get out of there. You either give up, or give in, or you say, no, you know what? I am better than this. I am going to fight this. And that's what my brother and we did. We started using our skills and asking people, hey, do you want us to do this painting? Can we do this? We started little, painting one room, just one room, not even one apartment. In that one room, people liked it, and that room became an apartment, and that apartment became a house. And we're not don't have exposure because we don't know anybody, but we're very good at what we do. How pandemic is hitting us? We know this is very difficult. We've lost a lot of friends that they have died. We lost a lot of people that they have lost jobs. We've seen how people are struggling, not finding how to eat, not finding how to losing their apartments. And this is what I tell you, that you have to learn to believe in yourself. And this is something very hard to do. But you just have to believe not just in you, but in others, that other people will help you. And when you believe in that, together, you make it through. And that's how we're making it through. It's not just because our own efforts, it's because other people are really giving us a hand, and other people are saying, here, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Even if it is a small, we don't mind, as long as we can make it to pay our rent, as we can make it to pay our equipment, as we can make it to pay for the gasoline that gets us from point A to point B, then we're okay.
So let me ask you this question. First off, I want to say, thank you for all the hard work that you're doing. You're actually, family at this point to me because I personally know Jerry from Airbnb. She's the global head honcho at Airbnb. And then I also know Jacqueline. She does, if you are interested in coding, she's the
Yeah,
instructor for coding too as well. So I love Airbnb and I live right around the corner from Airbnb too as well. So um big ups to Airbnb, shout out to them. So what I was going
yeah.
right.
You know what? It was. Can I just say this something real quick? Airbnb family is the best. There was no better job than that one that I had, and the only reason why we would let it go, it wasn't because they wanted to, because the law became in San Francisco that we couldn't work anymore, and so we had to let it go.
Right. Yes. And I had a tour with Airbnb, my own personal tour where you can be able to book and experience, and then, be able to explore San Francisco and understand the homelessness. So Airbnb is a great company, shout
It
out to.
is.
So let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
if you don't get any type of help and services, from the community, do you see yourself homeless?
Well, that's the fear because I was homeless before. I After coming to this country because of the lack of knowledge, the lack of being able to communicate, the lack of having a degree, no education, I didn't know how to get a job, and ex- rent is expensive, and you got to pay rent, and over a long period of time, because no one ever coached me how to do this, I learned everything by myself. I became homeless maybe 15 years ago. I was homeless for almost 2 years. And I learned,
Resources in the pathway.
yeah, I learned, that even in those circumstances, there's great people that are homeless helping other homeless. People who would share their mattress. People, if they have a bag of chips, they'll give you half of it. If they have water, they give you a bottle of water. It's just people are amazing in every level of structure that you go. You'll find the best and you'll find the worst. And so I was able to make it through because believing in people. And here I am.
Wow. Okay. So yeah. So that's what we have to basically avoid. So were you homeless in San Francisco?
I was homeless in San Francisco. I live under the bridges. I live in parks. I ate from the garbage cans. And I'm not embarrassed of that because it's the truth. But one thing I learned is that I was never, it never really even get into my mind to steal or to do something wrong to others. And maybe that's why I've been so blessed. But in this city, I found that there was a lot of places where you can go and get fed for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. They'll give you blankets, they'll give you vitamins, they'll give you a lot of stuff. So I keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And even though it was very difficult, I was able to make the link with other people. They said, "Hey, do you want to work as a dishwasher?" And that was my bridge to out of homelessness.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. And that is exactly what I do with tech companies and government officials and nonprofit organizations for people like you to get out of the homeless, predicament. So that is definitely, amazing and very inspiring. So, let me ask you this question. So, you didn't become homeless because you were on drugs, correct?
No, 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 no. I became homeless because the language barrier, no education. I didn't have anybody here, and that and in my documents, I had not fixed them at the time, and it was very, very difficult time. But this city, like many other cities that they call them sanctuaries, they have so many resources and they will help you out. And when I learned that, like I told you earlier, young lady, um, every time that you open your eyes in the morning, it's an opportunity that God gives you to reach out. It's your choice if you reach out or you don't. It's your choice if you choose to do wrong or if you do choose to do right. It's your choice to work or not. I chose, knowing that there was a lot of resources in this city, I'm going to reach out. Many times I felt embarrassed. I didn't like it. But if I ate from a garbage can,
Right.
I got to reach out to somebody and say, hey, look, ma'am, would you please help me? I'm so sorry. All I'm asking you, if you can, if you have a network of friends, would you let them know that I know how to sweep? Would you let them know that I know how to iron? Whatever I knew how to do. And you'll be amazed how many people out there will say, I'm going to help this man, or I'm going to help this lady. Or if there's a group, I'm going to help this group. It's true.
Right. And exactly. And this, you get me so excited because, yes, everyone, first of all, the number one myth is, when you're homeless, you're a drug addict and all this different type of things. But this is a prime example that you're a prime example, and I'm
Yeah.
also a prime example that
Yeah.
I was homeless for 18 years. Yes, because my father was on drugs, but I wasn't on drugs. You were
Right.
because of your
Right.
situation, language barriers, etc. But
Right.
we all have a choice. That's the number one
Yes.
key,
Yes. Yes.
to have a choice. And our choice is to make sure that you don't become homeless again and you become self-sufficient. You and your brother continue to work on your business, your painting business. And we're
Thank you.
And what we're doing today is asking anyone, if you just need, help for any services for painting. I know you need your house redone. I know you need, that room remodeled. Can you tell me, and my audience more about what you do and what you need help for? Because that's very encouraging. And we all in this together.
One of the things that I learned, young lady, is that in this world, what we call bad people, sometimes they're bad, maybe because it's not that they want to be bad. It's just that for some reason, things move them to be like that. But even these people, through our examples, like your example and like my example, can be reached out. And what I'm trying to say is, I learned, I have come into places where people were disorganized, or they were fighting. We came over in pain, but we did such a good job, smiling and having a good times. That at the end, we found that they were having a good times with us
Mhm.
because the energy is transfer. Love is transfer. If we can put it in a better way, yeah, there you go. When you hit bottom like you have, and I have, you learn to believe in the one that gives love to all of us, the one that gives us the life and the breath of every day. And when you learn that, it's very hard not to love anybody. And when you love someone, whatever you do, it doesn't matter what you do, it's obvious because it's got the best finish. So what we do, we paint interior, exterior homes. We decorate homes. We do fences. We do gazebos. We doors. We do windows. We everything that has to do with painting. We do it, and we do a great job with a lot of love.
Wow.
Lots of love.
I know you do. I see all the referrals and all the acknowledgement, and all the reviews as well. So that's really exciting. So I know someone's already out here like, yeah, I already know Boris. Let me
That's
continue
me.
working with him. Yeah.
I gotta tell you this story. I gotta tell you this story, young lady.
Mhm.
No one in Airbnb knew what I'm telling you today.
Oh, wow.
No one. And the only reason why I chose to say it is because I learned that the more transparent that I am with people, the better that I get.
Yes.
And the re-
So okay, okay, because I've been through that experience where I was actually homeless and working at a corporation, and they didn't even know because one, I didn't want to get fired, right? And right,
right,
two, it was embarrassing. Like, who
yeah,
really understand that I'm home?
right,
You know, the main agenda is to focus on the mission at work. You know what I mean?
right,
Not your
yeah,
problems at home. So
right.
did you deal with that? And this is your first time saying it. Like, do you feel great about it? Like, um, how did you overcome that? Because my main thing is when I was at work, I was trying to figure out where I was going to sleep at night.
Well, here's the thing: is like I reach out to you because I don't know, something inside of me told me this lady, she is it, Boris. You just wait, and it did happen. And then you called me and we had this conversation, and I was so fired up, right? That you brought me all the way up, excited, and then you told me, "Have you ever been homeless?" And because I like to be honest, and I said, "Oh my God, she's gonna stick me with this question," and then I'm like, "Oh, should I tell her?" And I'm like, "Boris, what do you got to lose? You have learned something from it. Tell her." And you know what? I told you, and then you share with me that you experienced the same thing. And now that I'm sharing this with you, I was able to overcome it because of you, because God put you in my path. And you know what? I feel like I am a better person now that the whole world knows.
Wow. Wow. It's just a leap off your chest. I know. Great. Great.
Paper grace. No shame about it. You know, it happens to me. It wasn't my fault. It's not like, okay, when I was a kid, it's not like, okay, I'm going to study to become homeless, right? I'm going to become a PhD in homelessness. It's not, I didn't do that. It happened.
Right.
And so why to keep it inside of me and be miserable?
Yeah.
No, if you ask me, if I tell you, no, I'm not, that'll be with me. I'm like, why didn't I tell her?
Yeah.
Why did I be honest with her?
Right, right, right. And you're helping so many other people. And that's what I want to bring out of individuals because if you don't have a lease in your name, you are considered homeless. So, with that being said, is that could be anyone. That could be your sister, that could be your
Yeah,
cousin, that could be anybody.
yeah, yeah. And you know what? This pandemic, people are dying. Hundreds of thousands of people sick that they lost jobs, homes, businesses. So what if people know that I was homeless? That's nothing. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people have lost a lot. It's just on the contrary, I just feel like I am so blessed that at one point, yeah, it's true, life was really hard for me, and it still is. And that's why I'm reaching out to you for help. But I'm not going to give up. As long as I have breath in my heart, as long as I live in this country and anywhere else that God puts me, I'm going to reach out to people. I'm going to find someone like you willing to give me a hand and say, come on, Boris, we can do it together.
Yeah. This is so exciting. I'm so happy that you shared this, and I know that we're going to get through this pandemic, together.
Right.
I want you to shout out information to be able to contact you. So
Yeah.
now, you know what I mean?
Well, you can find me on Yelp, right? It's a very small business. I call it a painting business, um, because we're small. Nobody knows us. At times, we can barely make it, for, like I said, for rent and everything else. Um, but we're very good when we do a job. People get amazed at what we do. and they would like to help us more, but they don't know how. But you know how. So you can reach me at borisimont@yahoo.com, or my phone number 415-368-9966. And you'll be amazed what we will do for you. And in any way that you can help us.
Wonderful. This is so exciting because, guys, and if you also want to reach out to him too as well, you can contact me through the LinkedIn, Erica Mosley. I'm also there as well. If you also want to get on the show and talk about your business and how to overcome that as well, and talk about your homeless experience to help others as well, you can also get on the show. I also have an app coming out as
All
well.
right.
Definitely just um, download the app, book me for sessions and all that good stuff. And do you have any last final thoughts? I really had a good time,
I just want to say I just don't know how to repeat this and make it sound to everybody that is listening that it takes someone like you know, to a heart like yours, a mind like yours, to forget about all of what you're doing. And on Sunday, which is supposed to be the day that you're supposed to relax, right? But you and your heart, there's a spot that you want to help someone like me. And if we can all do that for a little bit, it doesn't have to be to me, but maybe your neighbor, maybe your dog, maybe your cat, someone, you know, this world will be so much better. And with people like you and I, and the people that we're trying to reach out, I know that we're going to make this world better. And I know that your app, because of what you do, is going to be one of the best ones.
thank you. Thank you so much. Stay tuned to that, and I'm gonna give you the information too as well. And I really enjoy speaking with you. And this is definitely going to be the last time. Uh,
All right.
we're going to definitely do follow-ups as well.
Okay.
I enjoy speaking with you. One day you can come to the studio.
Oh my God.
Do
I
it.
would love that. I
Yeah.
would love that. Yeah. You know what? I I I I feel like you are just someone so amazingly special, young lady.
Oh, thank you.
Because really, it's giving. You ever seen a whole bunch of kids when where there's a little one and there's a big one, and the little one falls, and then the bigger kid, but they're all little, right? Goes and grabs him by the hand and pulls her or him up.
My
Even
daughter.
though you're younger than me,
Yeah.
structured, I feel like that's exactly what you're doing to me. And I just so feel so grateful that Thanksgiving is coming, and there is just no way to say enough thank yous. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you
Really.
so much. That really hurt. That really touched my heart. Thank you so much for it.
And I will be praying for you
Right. Thank you. And
that
I
everything that you ever wish will come to pass.
that's what I'm we can do this together. That's my main thing is I wanted to do this together. I don't never want to get so big to the top to where I forgot about the bottom and where
Yes,
I've
yes,
been homeless
yes,
for 18 years. How can
yes,
I forget about that? So I can't
exactly,
stop and not forget the bottom.
exactly. And one thing I don't want to promise because the the God that I follow doesn't like us to make promises because we can fail. But I give you my word that if I get out of this and I grow and expand, I will do the very same thing you're doing to me. I am already doing it, but in a small scale. But I will do it in a larger scale.
Oh, Boris, you're wonderful.
Okay,
Boris, we in this together.
we are.
We in this together. I believe in you. I believe in you like some people believe in me, you know? So I
Right.
see
Thank you.
it. Love you so much, Boris.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Okay.
Thank you so much for attending the Homeless Diaries. You have a good day.
You too.